friends, it's Nancy. Well, sorry I've been kind of absent. No particular reason, just smoking busy. I did take this week as vacation, thinking, oh, I'm just gonna kick back and hang out in my craft room and play. Yeah, no, that's not a thing. I think maybe today's Friday, I think maybe I've had one day of crafting. So Manual of Gardening, the pages are in the press. Hopefully I'll sew some lace on tomorrow and sew the signatures in. So it is coming along, but in the meantime, I thought, well, we'll just have a visit and I'll get the inside ready. So the first thing I want to do is, this is the back of the inside spine. So the signatures will get sewn to this piece of card, and then that will get put in here like that. And that's how I get the curved back spine. But first I have to put some fabric on this. So I thought, well, this one looks kind of nice. It's got birds and plants and butterflies and stuff. That's very spring-like. So first of all, I'm going to cut the selvage off. And then I like to cut it about 3 inches wider. Give or take. Okay. Stuck. And then I will glue this 1.5 inches from one side. So I did take Gibby to the vet on, what was that, Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday, because he'd been sick all weekend, throwing up on my brand new carpet. Brand new. In fact, the edges are still curled, so I've got furniture on all the corners, trying to get, it trained to uncurl. Yeah, I was able to get it clean. There's this product, a spray-on product by Bissell that I used. I've had good luck with. So, mop up the worst of it. Try not to grind it into the carpet, then spray on this other stuff, and I just go at it with some hot water and a toothbrush, and it seems to work. So anyway, she thinks he has an inflamed bowel, so she gave him another needle and some medication for the 5 days. And this afternoon we are going for an ultrasound. Doesn't that sound like fun? Poor Gibby. So Doug's just gone to the vet right now. So this is going to go in like this. To pick up some sedative medication for him. I think I'll trim this down a bit. I'm just going to turn the fabric over the top and stitch it down so it has a nice edge. So taking your animal to the vet is a challenge in COVID times. So you go, when you get there, you call, someone comes to the door, you pass the animal to them, they relock the door, then the vet calls you on the phone. while you're sitting in the parking lot and tells you what's going on. Here's your options. Discuss that. I'm just using glue, the glue stick, because it works really well. Just to secure the edge of the fabric. Don't have to get crazy. So she's also prescribed another prescription food. I told her he wouldn't eat the last stuff, and it was expensive. He wouldn't touch it. I would mix it. It was a dry food, and I would mix it with his previous food after the first 2 days, and he wouldn't eat. And he could pick out the different kibble. That's our Gibby. So she said, does he like wet food? And I said, he's never had wet food. Okay, I want to make the inside covers. My ruler's upside down. So just shy of 7 1/4. Sorry, 7 1/2 by, I'll do 4 5/8. Let me write that down, because I'll have to measure it 6 more times if I don't. 4 5/8 by 7 7/16. Oh, I gotta grab a folder here. Anyway, got some bad news on Instagram today. My favorite weigh and pay store is not reopening. So that's super sad. All my best thrifting, it's all over. Oh. We said, oh, I'm just going to cut it at 7 1/2 and get it over with, or 7 7/16. Get it over with. I just knocked my pole. Did I? No, it was the lamp I knocked. Yeah, I was at the Mennonite Central Committee store that's right next door to them yesterday, or no, Wednesday. And I said, when's the store, the weigh and pay open? And they said, oh, we thought they were opening today. We don't know what's going on. I thought, well, that's a big disappointment. Oh, well. I think maybe they weren't doing as well as they had been in New Hamburg, because it was a smaller store. It was a darker store. You couldn't see. And they didn't freshen up the stock as often as they had at the other store. So I think that's probably part of the issue. Oh, I cut this wrong. I thought I was going to be able to get 2 out of this. See, I get talking and not paying attention. And the next thing you know, So I did do a little thrifting, nothing too exciting. In fact, it's not even worth a thrift haul video. Oh, I did get something fun. And I hope this doesn't offend anybody. But this will just explain to you how weird my family is. Look at that! It's got... Nancy! Stop it! Oh, okay. Let's try this once more with feeling. So, I have a nephew, and he is, we're more like cousins than aunt and nephew, because he's not that much younger than me. Let's see. Oh gosh, how old are you, Tim? He's approaching 40. He's been an adult, well, as adult as me for a long time. And and he's a married man with a very lovely wife. And I was at the thrift store the other day, and I found this feed sack. And I gotta make sure it says. So the feed sack says 50 pounds net, genuine climaxed Timothy, Canada #1 seed product of Canada. So I took a picture of it and I sent it. I think I paid $2 for this. I took a picture of it and I sent it to him, and he said, "I will pay you anything for that." So I am going to make this into a pillow for him. I'll probably cut off the 50 pounds. And I'm sure that there's probably some room in here that I can square this up. So maybe like that. That's pretty square. But where do you find stuff like that except the thrift store, right? Poor Tim. So it got a lot of attention on Facebook. Tim. 7 7/16, we said. Okay. So you're probably wondering what I'm doing. Unless you've seen, and I know you have seen me do this many, many, many times. Just making sure these are... Okay. So I am going to cover these two pieces with fabric in order to make the inside covers of the book. And I think I'll use these two pieces because it has leaves and a butterfly, and the other side has some plants. Oh, wistful. That's nice. Okay. There was a lot of scrapbook stuff in the stores. I have a feeling a lot of people were doing some cleaning out during the Christmas holidays and getting rid of things that they don't use anymore. I was very good. I only got one pad of paper. I'll show you that. A little expensive, but it's a nice light single-sided paper, which, you know, doesn't bulk up your books. And there was quite a few patterns that I know I will use. There's quite a lot that I know I won't use, but quite a lot that are sort of in the style of what I commonly prefer. I think I'm going to move that up if I can, to see if I can get more of that butterfly in there. If I can. Well, it's not a butterfly, it's a moth, isn't it? Speaking of moths, I did a little writing journal with this book called Some British Moths. And I will have to do a flip through of this. I'll just show you the inside. So it's just a little 1-inch spine with 5 signatures. This fabric is, it looks like it's just plain fabric, but it's not. It's French General fabric. And it had a little printed edge on it, and I thought that looked nice. This sticker is also fabric-y. And at the back I have this little crocheted pocket that looks like a moth or a butterfly. So I will do a flip through of that. I've been getting a hard time from my crafty crush. She wants to see it. I can't hold her off much longer. That took me almost no time to make, really. Because it was so, well, maybe it just felt like that, because that was the day that I actually got to craft, and I was super excited about, yay, I'm in my craft room, and nobody's here to bug me. And then, it's just, nothing in particular. I just feel really overwhelmed by a lot of stuff that I've been procrastinating. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on hold for a second. Where were we? Husband of mine came in, and he was hollering from the door at me because he didn't want to come in with his shoes because it's super snowy outside. We had more snow last night. Anyway, he had been to the vet to pick up the sedation that I have to give the cat before he goes for his ultrasound. They'll probably have to give him more. I don't know. Because he's an angry cat and he doesn't like anything. He doesn't like people. He didn't like car rides. That corner was kind of sticking up. Oh, I was going to show you that paper pad. So it's K & Company, Now these ones across the top, love them all. These ones across the bottom, not so much. Maybe this one, but not so much the other ones. So there's 120 different prints, 3 of each pattern, right? I paid $8 for it. I mean, there's no tax. It's a charity. This looks like it's all, like, these kid-like ones I'll never use. But, like some of these, like that, to me, is gorgeous. Beautiful. I mean, that's a nice neutral. You can do a lot with that. So I'll have to pick and choose what I want and get rid of what I won't want, because I already have a paper problem. Like that. I like it. Like that. No, I'm never going to use that. That had an owl on it. Anyway, if you're local, Salvation Army has a ton of paper right now. Go snap it up. I hummed and hawed over a lot of Christmas paper, actually. But I reminded myself, Nancy, you have a closet full of Christmas stuff. A literal closet full. It's just hard to give up a good deal, isn't it? Anyway, so we're in our region is in the red zone, so it's like the second highest. There's other parts that are in what's called the gray zone, so that's like still shut down basically, for I think another week and a half, and then everything will be reevaluated. So I was thinking, oh, you know, they're saying no unnecessary travel, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, it'd be nice just to have like a little getaway, just, you know, hotel room and a hot tub and just to get away. So I thought, oh, we can go to Niagara Falls. We went to Niagara Falls, was it last year we went? Last January? And both of us were sick as dogs. But it was a good deal. I thought, oh, well, we could go to Niagara Falls and, you know, order in meals and just lay around and watch TV and be bums. And so I went looking for a deal and discovered Niagara Falls is in the gray zone. It's really not that far away. It never occurred to me that you can't go to Niagara Falls. Oh well, I got a lot to do around here. That's my problem. I need another week of vacation so I can have a vacation. My trip from last May, when I was supposed to go to England, I got an email from the tour company today, and it looks like they're booking, but I don't know what that's gonna look like. I don't know. This too shall pass. Oh, this is a first world problem, isn't it? Come on, you. Gotta stick down. Now once I have, excuse me, once I have this all glued down, I will be stitching around the perimeter. The vet where I'm taking Gibby for his ultrasound is a different vet's office. The vet we go to, which is really close, well, I shouldn't say really close, but reasonably close to our house, doesn't have the technology to do ultrasound. So I have to take Gibby, and it's on the very south edge of town. I hate going over there, especially late in the afternoon, because the traffic is awful. And I'll be fine, but he's not going to be fine. He hates, and he just cries and cries and cries when he's in the car. And he's going to hate it. All right, I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm going to pause again while I do some sewing. All right, so this is what the interior of the book is going to look like. Here is where the pages will be going. But I came up with something new I haven't done before. Usually I like to do a doily to make a pocket, like, 5-6 inch doily to make a pocket on my interiors. But this time I used a piece of the leftover fabric, and I stitched on a little bit of tatting and part of a tablecloth, I think it is. And I'm going to stitch that pocket down like that. So I'm pretty happy about that. But I did remember there was something I did want to show you from my thrift haul. I got this. Now, let's see if I can back out a bit. Oh, whoop. Okay. So this was brand new. It still had the book and everything. So this is from 1985. I think I found a date in here. I'm sure I found a date in here that said 1985. Anyway, so this rotates out all these little trays. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trays altogether. And I've packed all of my little lace snippets in the trays. And this is so much better than the storage I had. So I was... So when I was grabbing one of these pieces to put on my pocket, I thought, oh, yeah, that was a good one. Okay. So I think that's it for today. Like I said, I'm going to do a flip through of the Moths book. I do want to do Etsy update this weekend. I have finished 2 of the slow stitch covers, like the fabric part of the covers that I wanted to do. So I will be putting those on actual book covers this weekend, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyway, take care. Have a great weekend. Ooh, the sun's shining now. And we'll talk to you again soon.